Hi there, I am Utkarsh Luthra, a 3-star coder at CodeChef and a student pursuing Bachelor of Engineering in Computer Science Engineering in Chandigarh University. And today I will be explaining this topic, chef and the string, which is problem XYSTR on CodeChef. So let us jump right in and understand the problem statement. Here's the problem. I guess you can give it a read. I will be explaining the problem in detail. The problem takes a very simple input of t and returns an output of number of pairs. I will explain this in detail in just a second. We have the following constraints, and these are so this is a sample input. Let us understand this problem properly. So what I have here is, yes, okay, so in this problem we have a story where there are many students who are going to participate in a dance competition where they have to make pairs and dance. In this competition, what we have is two conditions. First of all, it should be a boy and a girl group. So it is only possible for a boy and a girl to be together and dance in this competition. And the second rule is that they should be good friends. And to check if they're good friends or not, it is given that friends are standing together. Okay, so if there is a line of students, all friends are standing together, and only a boy and a girl standing adjacent to each other can dance. That is what it actually means. So let us understand this by a simple example. Okay, so if there is a boy and a girl standing, we know that this can be a pair. This is a good to go pair. Okay, next, if we have a boy, girl and boy standing, this is not a pair. I mean, this has one pair, but this guy will not be able to participate. Okay, so we have one pair here, and similarly we have one pair here. I hope that is clear. Now that is what the question demands. We need to tell how many pairs do we have. Okay, similarly also girl and boy is also one pair, right? That is very clear, obviously. Now let's say this is a line. An example line is that in a line there is first a boy, then a girl, then another boy, followed by another boy, and then a girl and a boy. This is a very simple example. Let us try to understand what will happen. Okay, wait a minute, let's just expand this single example a little bit more, because this is actually a very nice example. So what we have here is, what will happen is that these two people, this boy and this girl, they'll be able to make a pair. Then we will have to check whether the next person, this boy, is able to make a pair with anybody. He's standing next to a girl, but this girl is already in a pair with this boy, so this boy would not be able to come in any pairs. Coming to this next person, this person will be able to come and dance with this girl. So that is also sorted. Next, this girl can dance with this boy, but she is already dancing with this boy, so we cannot consider that, and we have in the end another boy. So in the end, in this entire part, we only have two pairs of boys and girls dancing, these two and these two. I hope that's clear. Now in the question, we will be given a string where if it is given X, it is a boy, and if it is a Y, it is a girl. There are no spaces in between these. Okay, so basically if I say X, Y, X, x, y, x, it means boy, girl, boy, boy, girl, boy, which is the example we just did. For example, if the string says boy, girl, x, y, y, x, x, y, we know that what this means. This means that there is a boy, a girl, then another girl, then two boys, and then a girl. And in this case, we will have, as you can see, 3 pairs. And let us go to our previous example. Now to solve this question, let us go to a previous example, which was boy and then a girl, and then followed by 2 boys and then another girl. Let's just leave it to that. Okay, so what we have here is, to solve this question algorithmically, what we will have to do here is, we will have to first of all come to the first boy, this person, and we will have to mark him as x. He's at the position x. Okay, so this is our pointer. Our pointer is pointing towards x. I hope that is clear. Let's just get some more space. Fine. So this is our pointer. Initially, this is where our pointer is pointing, and then we will check if x plus 1 in our list, x plus 1 is distinct. We are checking if these two are different. If these two are different, we will have a pair. Okay, we will have a pair. And now we know that y, the second x plus 1 position, cannot participate in anything. So we will jump this and we'll bring our pointer 2 spaces ahead on this x. Okay, instead of jumping on to x to y, we're jumping from x to next x. Okay, or if there was a y here, we would have jumped. So just basically we jump 2 spaces. And then what we do here is, we check if these two are distinct. So this is our new x. The new x. Fine. I mean, once this condition is over, it's our new x, and this is our x plus 1. Right? And as we can see, these two are not distinct. Because these two are not distinct, we will jump the pointer to 1 space, and now the pointer is over here. Okay, so first, if these two were distinct, we jump the pointer 2 spaces, and when these two are distinct, we jump the these two are distinct, we jump the pointer 2 spaces. If these two are not distinct, we jump the pointer 1 space. Okay, and then we again check for this one now, and we see that this is a pair because these two are distinct, and hence we make this one also a pair. Every time we make a pair, we will count it. Okay, so every time we make a pair, so that over here when we made a pair, we counted 1. Over here when we counted it 2. Right, so this is the basic thing. Now that we have understood the problem and we have understood how to solve it, let us understand how to code it, how to implement it. And I will be using the C++ language, but feel free to understand this in whatever language you use. So this is our basic C++ boiler code, and I will make sure that if you're not familiar with the programming language, I can explain it in a way anybody can understand. So as per the question's demands, we will have to first of all take in the test cases, number of test cases. So if you know C++, you would know what this means. Otherwise, you don't need to worry about this. This is not part of our solution. Our solution begins from here. Okay, so let's start from here. We will first of all declare, and now let me just make this clear that we will be using strings here, right? So I've already imported strings. So first of all, what I'm going to do here is, I will first create a string and I'll call it row. Okay, I'll call it row, and we'll take input of row, and once that is done, we will make another variable, call it person number. Okay, just reference that person, and we'll by default keep it at 0. We will then go on int count, and we'll also keep this count on 0. Very basic stuff. Now what we do here is we will create a while loop, and in this while loop we will iterate person number, and it should always be less than row size. Okay, and as you can see, initially the person number is 0, so it will always be less than the row size. It will obviously be less than row size. So what we need to do every time is we need to increment it. After every iteration we need it to increment, right? So it's now iterating very well. What we need to check now is if row, the person numbered element in the row, which is the person numbered person, the person who is on that position, is not equal to the person at the next position to it. So instead of taking X, I've just taken person number. Okay, so the person standing on that position, that's called this person numbered position, and the person standing on the person numbered plus 1 position in the row are different. If that is true, what we will do is we will count plus plus. Okay, so we'll add one more. We'll increment the count value. Additionally, now remember we were jumping twice. Every time if this condition is satisfied, if these people are distinct and it's a pair, we had to jump over Y, or we have to jump over X, the person who is making the pair, right? So to jump over that, as you can see, this will move ahead every time, right? We have to write person number again, person number plus plus. So what this will do is this will increment the value once, and then it is incrementing by 1 by default. So every time a pair is formed, we are seeing 2 increments. We are seeing an increment by 2 instead of 1. Okay, that was a simple code. Now let us also put special care on this thing, that we are only checking up to the n-1th position. In a way, what I'm saying is that if the size of the row is n, we are checking up to n-1th position in the row. That is, if there are 40 people, we are checking up to 39 people. We want our code to run to 39 people, because the 40th person will be checked with respect to the 39th person, right? So what we will do here is we will instead say plus 1. So person number plus 1. What this will do here is this will check up to row size, right? Or in a simpler way, what we could have done is we could also do this -1, right? So it will iterate up to that position. If this is our custom input, the sample input in the question, we will just run this code with this, and we'll check if it is correct, if there is no issue. Oh, I forgot. We also have to give an output. I forgot to give an output. And tell when I run this code now, we see, oh wait a second, count. These typing mistakes are a part of, okay, so we have 120, which is very true, because this will only have one pair, this will have 2 pairs, and this and this will have no pair, because 2 girls together cannot dance according to our rules. And this is the code, so it's probably running very well. Let's submit this and check if this is the correct solution. If this is the correct solution, it's taking a bit of time. Yes, this is the correct answer. So congratulations, you have understood this nice problem of chef and string. I hope that this was an easy question and you have understood it properly. Thank you very much.